So hello everyone. So after looking at protocol deviation in the last lecture, we will look at protocol violation. Now protocol violation is one of the most significant safety concern in the clinical trial, and it is much serious than SAE. So if you're working in clinical trial scenario, you would understand the impact and seriousness of SAE. Now protocol violation is even a bigger impact on the clinical trial. In this particular session, let's understand what exactly is it and how it affects clinical trial. So in this particular session, we'll look at what exactly is a protocol violation, how is a protocol violation reported in clinical trial, and how does protocol violation have an impact of clinical trial. So let us first understand what exactly is protocol violation. So protocol violation can be defined as an activity which occurs when there is divergence from the IRB approved protocol, and that diversion has impact on the reduction in quality or the completeness of the data, the impact on subject right safety well-being, and it affects scientific integrity. So protocol deviation was a variance in the protocol. Okay, you do an activity slightly differently, but when it comes to protocol violation, it is an entirely different category, and it is a divergence from the approved protocol. And this divergence from the protocol can have a significant impact on the quality and the completeness of the clinical trial data. It can jeopardize subjects' right safety well-being, and it also affects significantly in the scientific integrity of the entire clinical trial. So protocol violation in clinical trial is one of the major aspects. Again, protocol violation when it occurs after the enrollment of the subject in the clinical trial, this particular violation, okay, which is a part of protocol deviation, a subset, so that has to be understood if we have violated the protocol after the consent process, and those particular violations when occurred after the enrollment of the subject, how do they impact on the clinical trial, that has to be understood. Next thing would be that these protocol violation can be major and minor violation, again like the protocol deviation, and these are based on the severity of the outcome of the safety event. So how far have they diverged from the clinical trial protocol, and what are the impact on the safety of the clinical trial subject, which is the prime aspect of the entire clinical trial study. Another prime aspect is your career. So if you have to have a strong fundamentals and strong foundation in clinical research and wants to pursue this amazing career, then look at this particular certification offered by our friends at Clinical Aim Research Institute. So they offer amazing advanced certification in clinical research where they cover clinical research fundamentals, clinical data management, pharmacovigilance, and they have amazing people who teach there, and they provide it at an amazing cost which is affordable by every and all student. Okay, so go ahead and call them and enroll yourself in this amazing certification. Now let us understand what are the examples of protocol violation. So through example, we'll understand how exactly violation occur and how are they to be tackled. So if a subject is enrolled and it does not meet the inclusion exclusion criteria. So whenever you enroll a subject, you should look at the inclusion exclusion criteria very strictly, because it determines their inclusion in the study trial. Okay, so if a subject has any inclusion or exclusion criteria, then again that is a violation of the protocol. If there are any procedure that is to be completed prior to the informed consent, and if that is not being completed, again that would qualify as a protocol violation. If there is an SAE at site, it has occurred and site is aware of it, but they have not reported it, they are hiding it, again that is a protocol violation. If there is improper breaking of the blinding of the study without informing anyone and without following the proper procedure, Again, that would qualify as a protocol violation. And if a subject uses any prohibited medication which is under the exclusion criteria of the clinical trial, then again that would be a major protocol violation. And if the subject entirely misses a particular test, for example, the urine pregnancy test, you did not do at screening, you enrolled the subject, you have randomized the subject, and later you find out that the subject is pregnant, then you have diverged from the study procedure, you did not carry out UPT, and again that is a major protocol violation. If there is inadequate record keeping, you did not keep proper records, again that would be a protocol violation. And if there are any intentionally deviation from the protocol, or you did not follow the GCP or the regulation by the study personnel, okay, in a non-emergency situation, in emergency situation it is understandable that you might miss some of the step, but if the situation is non-emergency and you intentionally deviate from the protocol, from the GCP, from the regulatory requirements, then again that is considered as protocol violation. And if there is a protocol violation repeatedly carried out by the subject, okay, so if a repeated deviation is also constituting a violation. And finally, if the deviation is of the same nature and they have been repeated multiple times, again that converts to protocol violation. Now let us look how do we report protocol violations in a clinical trial. So protocol violation are to be notified immediately. Okay. Reporting can come later within 10 business days, but you have to notify immediately to all the stakeholders, and they have to be reported to the IRB or the ethics committee within 10 business days from becoming knowledgeable of the violation. A letter from the principal investigator is required to be submitted, and that letter should contain the following information, such as what is the project number, the subject ID for which the deviation occurred, the date and the event where the deviation occurred. Then that particular violation should be described clearly and precisely. Then how did that deviation occur, or how it led to the violation, that has to be described. The date in which the study sponsor was notified of the violation, that date has to be notified. Again, what is the investigator's assessment regarding the effect or the subject risk as a result of that violation, and you have to include any kind of study treatment that you have given as a result of violation. So if you see all these criteria, these are very similar to SAE, serious adverse event reporting. Okay, so it is very similar to SAE reporting. Again, what is the corrective action plan for this violation, and what are the activities that you shall implement in order to avoid such violation occurring in the future. Okay, so this is how you report a protocol violation. Now let us understand what is the impact of protocol violation in clinical trial. So protocol violation can have a severe impact on adherence to the study protocol and procedure of the clinical trial, and it can lead to that particular data being unusable. Okay, so if a data is as a result of a protocol violation, that data cannot be used in the study assessment, and that is a big loss to the sponsor. If a protocol violation affects the subject rights, safety and well-being, which are the fundamentals of clinical research, again that affects the clinical trial. If your protocol violation can cause the enrolled subject a major health risk and potentially lead to an SAE or any safety concern, again that will have a very significant impact on clinical trial, and it can also lead to termination of the site. And if the protocol violation is reported, then as I've said, it can lead to termination of the entire clinical trial site, the entire clinical trial across the globe, and that decision has to be taken by the sponsor or the regulatory authority. So even a sponsor can terminate the site based on your non-compliance protocol violation, and even the regulatory authority can instruct the sponsor to stop the clinical trial at a particular site or the entire trial. So these violation and safety risk can put a reputation of the sponsor at risk and the entire clinical trial at risk. So these are the impact of violations in clinical trial. So I hope I was able to help you understand clinical trial violation, and thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel and help us grow, and share it with all your friends in clinical research so that they also get to learn amazing content. Thank you.